Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the Cynical Spartan, and I am here today with a good game of football. In fact, it's my first ranked match of the year, actually. I know it's a bit late, about a week out, but hey, better late than never, boys. So we got the Oakland Raiders against the Eagles. I'm playing as the Eagles. They got a good playbook, decent roster, just testing things out. And so my opponent, and I've realized this year, plus, just by talking and practicing in game modes and stuff, Raiders have a good playbook this year. Hella good playbook. And as you can see, he's gashing me up the middle with Jalen Richard. Good run with the inside zone. He's eating me up alive with the pass as well. I mean, just look at this dot. It almost becomes a dot, actually. Had we not gotten there with that main coverage, it would have been a dot. But he also he doesn't get the first down here with Josh Jacobs. So it's 4th and inches. Can we stop him? And that's a negative. Josh Jacobs gets the first down pretty easily and then some. So we come on out with a 4-3, try to get him back again, but he gets about 5 yards. And so now we're here to stop him on the pass, and we completely abandon the middle, and Antonio Brown picks that up easily. And so I'm left with the boggling task to stop this offense. And I try to play the ball here, and that was just a terrible move by me. I should have just gone for the swat, but I can't do anything about it. We got to keep moving. We got to keep that in check. So his offense is unstoppable, and it was impossible for me to even come up with a scheme to stop it throughout this game. Defense is a lot harder for me in this game, and I've realized that. And zones are nowhere near as effective as they used to be, but you know what is effective? Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz on your offensive scheme is insane. And then Darren Sproles up the middle, not a bad option. He's speedy. He gets through those tight gaps very, very easily, just like me. But at the end of the day, it's just Eagles are a good team. And so I got to hit him with this seam route, which was a great play by Nelson Aguilar. Terrible throw, but a great catch. Good animation. Throw it up to Ertz. He's going to make catches like this all year with his superstar capabilities. It's insane. Now, I was excited about having, Jordan Howard on this team, but he's, for the most part, very underwhelming, especially when you got the speedster Darren Sproles. And on this play as the exception, Josh Howard gets into the end zone really easily. Now, another thing of interest, my field goal kicking is absolute shit. Just look at that. I looked like a Cody Parkey out this bitch. But we go on ahead, we kick it back, so it's tied 6-6. We're in a good position to make something out of this. So he came out of the I formation very often, and I ran commit there, and it bit me in the ass. I'm not gonna lie, that was just terrible play management by me. I did a terrible job here. He goes for 2 to make it 14-6, and he gets it pretty easily. Wilson, another target on the Raiders that's very effective this year. I would recommend having him either in double coverage or having one of your best players on him, and just doubling Antonio Brown. So again, his offense is very hard to stop. So a very effective strategy for online game this year, chew clock. Chew clock really, really makes it impossible for somebody to get the ball back, basically. So we have the chew clock on for the rest of this quarter. I don't want him getting his hands on the ball again. I want to tie this thing, go into the half, I get the ball at half. So we throw it over the middle there, no bueno, nothing to get out of it. We come out of another pass play, we throw it out to the out route to Ertz, possession catch that, and we are down. We snag that. Go for another run with Sproles. It's stuffed like a Thanksgiving turkey. There's nothing we can really do about that. So we roll out of the pocket with Wentz, and we decided to make a run for it. He has perfect on me, but the juke moves are sick this year. Now, another common occurrence is that the fumbles are insanely high this year. I would recommend sticking to those sidelines and get out of bounds as much as possible. Take dives if you can. You don't need to be taking those big hits. We throw it over to Deshaun Jackson over to the right. He's stopped. And so we're faced with a 3rd down and 4. We come out in this play, and Zach Ertz gets the out route easily. Zach Ertz can easily be dependent on an out route or a drag. He's coming down with it. Same here again with the slant. Brought down at the 2. We got 10 seconds left on the clock. We're not letting him have it. We throw it over to Zach Ertz, and he makes a great diving catch. We go for 2 here. We go back to Ertz again, and the animation just kind of screwed us over there. You can't really do much about it, but it's a 2-point ball game, 1 possession game. We're within 2 to tie it. We have 7 seconds left in the half. He comes out in another pass play, but we stop him. Barnett gets him, and we go into the half in a very good position. We get ball at half, so we should be able to tie this thing up if we play it effectively. So he kicks it back into the end zone. It's a touchback. We're just going to roll with it like that. So we come out. We go on ahead with a run with Jordan Howard. He makes a little something out of nothing there, but still not what I would have intended. Jordan Howard. This is where Jordan Howard comes in handy. Up the middle, he can speed through those gaps, and he gets us a huge gain up to the 50-yard line. But right here on this play action, Cleveland Farrell, he just completely stuffs that. You could have seen that coming from a mile away. But these Eagles streaks over to the right. Deshaun Jackson catches that no problem. First down made. So we hand the ball off to Jordan Howard here. This is where Jordan Howard starts coming into handy. Mid-game, third quarter, he starts doing good. Darren Sproles, we go over to the counter play to the left side. He gets some good yardage. We come back out. We throw it over to Zach Ertz. Again, old reliable. He's going to pick up about 8 here. So it's about a 2nd down and 2. We hand it off to Darren Sproles on the counter. And he stopped, and he gets the first down pretty easily. And again, it's just, I need to stress the fact that Chew Clock completely milked out the entire third quarter. My opponent has not touched the ball this entire third quarter. He has yet to touch it this half. So we're 4.5 minutes into the game. Throw it over to Deshaun Jackson off into the end zone. I thought it was incomplete for a second, but then my opponent, out of rage due to my Chew Clock, does something very interesting. He starts trying to pause the game over and over and over. I don't know if this was an intent out of frustration. Maybe he had something to do. I don't know. So I'm waiting for him to enter the game. All right. I'm about to select my play, but then he calls a timeout and pauses again. I don't know if he's trying to be a troll or if he's actually just got something else to do. I really don't know. And this was very confusing to me, but eventually we got things rolling again and we started playing. I was able to kick the extra point. It's up and good. Easily made. This time you can rely on me actually getting some points after the touchdown. So we kick it back off. His potent offense has 4 minutes to work with to get the lead back. Of course, I'm scared right now. He throws it off to Jalen Richard in the screen. I had nothing set over there, but we keep him from getting a first down. 2nd and 1. He throws it over the middle there on the spot route to Williams. It's pretty easily caught. And again, I'm faced with this debacle of trying to stop this offense. There's Wilson again, number 82. Very, very difficult to handle in the slot. We stuffed that run easily, but now that leaves us in a 2nd and 13. Look at this user. Look at this user. Linebackers are terrible to user in this game now. Look at this, Madden. Are you going to cheese me like this? Are you kidding me? I mean, for 15 years, that would have been a pick. I mean, he throws it over to Antonio Brown. It's incomplete. And then, as you can see here, 4th and 5. Can we stop it? No, we can't. I over pursued him. Didn't stop it. That was my fault on the user. And so he goes play action. He goes over to the end zone, and it's picked off, son. Get your hand out the cookie jar, buddy. That ain't gonna fly here. So we're faced with the dilemma to drain out this clock with a minute left. So he starts calling his timeouts as any normal Madden player would, and this is where I mess up. I go with the toss play, going to the outside, trying to, waste time, and I accidentally go out of bounds. I go out of bounds, and that was the stupidest thing I could have done. Run it with Howard, just try to keep the clock moving. Burned his last timeout. So we're going to punt the ball here. We're going to trust our defense to come up with a stop. I mean, we came up with one stop, but it was rather lucky in all honesty. And so it's just kind of praying to the Madden gods that we get something out of nothing. So his potent offense comes back onto the field. He throws it over to the right side, and that's no bueno. Antonio Brown is a great player, but he can't come down with that. But he goes over to who, Wilson. Over to the outside, gets out of bounds, stops the clock. He goes over to the left side. We're not playing the ball. We're going for the swat. We're not letting Antonio Brown spec catch that. And so we're in a 2nd and 10. He comes out. He dumps it off over to Jalen Richard. Gets out of bounds. Stop the clock. So it all comes down to this. Can we stop him? Can we stop him? Goes over to Antonio Brown, and that is picked off, and that wins us the game. And I mean, it was a well-fought game. I mean, credit to my opponent. He was a good player. He knew how to run his offensive schemes. It just came down to a couple of unlucky plays. And just Chew Clock in the run game, they're back this year. And it's incredibly satisfying to see that this game is back to the way it used to play and more realistic in that regards. And it's a good sight to see that Madden is no longer its strange arcade-like mode. It's back to a more simulative play style. Although competitive, it just feels smooth, and it's a lot better this year. And just stay tuned, guys, for a few more videos. I got more planned coming up. So yeah, this was the Cynical Spartan. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.